Okay, so now we're going to take a look at the ESnkrs email tab. Now, I'd say this is arguably one of the most unique features about ESnkrs and definitely one of my personal favorites. So this is where you can do things like sign into your Gmails, change the passwords of them, set up forwarding on your Gmails, and things like that. So just like every other tab, you got to start by creating a category. So to import them in, you're going to hit import, manual import, and then copy and paste them in. Now you'll want them from your CSV to be in the order of email, password, and then the recovery email address. And you can have proxy if you want. If you have a specific proxy you want them to log in on. So you just hit OK. And there you go. It's imported into the bot. Okay, so if we click on a Gmail and then click the drop down menu, you can see the different options available. So Gmail ChangePass just changes the password of a Gmail. Filter sets up a filter on the Gmail so that things don't go to spam, no matter what it is. That means you won't lose any of your wins if it were a win that was going to go to your spam for some reason. Gmail forward sets up forwarding on Gmails so that they get forwarded on to a master Gmail, and then you'll only have to check the master Gmail for wins rather than logging into all of your Gmails individually. Gmail one-click, similar to AYCD, can generate activity on accounts. This can be good to run before you set up forwarding or filtering because it just makes the activity look more human, especially if it's a Gmail that probably hasn't been logged in many years if you've bought aged Gmails for raffle botting. Gmail sign-in just logs into Gmails. And Gmail v3 score gives you the reCAPTCHA v3 score of different Gmails. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys a few examples. So let's try Gmail sign-in to start with. So the first box, you're going to click Gmail sign-in. Then the second box in the bottom left is the proxy group you want to use. So I'm going to use my data center proxies for this one. And this third box is threads. Threads are how many tasks are running at the same time. So as you can see here, I've got 18 Gmails that I've imported into the bot. So if I made my thread 5 and ran all of them to log in, only 5 browsers would open at any given time and be trying to log in. Threads are very important because if I didn't have a very powerful PC and it tried to open 18 browsers and log into 18 Gmails all at once, that might crash my PC. So threads help prevent that by running less tasks. So I'm just going to run one thread here because I'm only logging into one. So once you've got these 3 set up, you just hit start selected. You can see that's the proxy. You can see here, that's the proxy that the bot will be using as it's trying to log in right now. And it just fills in the information and signs in. And once it has done that, you'll see in the status section it says logged in successfully. Now the Gmail password change feature is also very awesome because ESnkrs will actually update in real time within the bot the new password that it's changed to. So as you can see there, the bot ran into an error, but it just retries. Once it's logged in, it will enter your current password, and then the bot will generate a new password for you. And you can see here, the password just changed. The bot will also send a webhook to your webhook server, highlighting the old password and the new password, in case for whatever reason you lost your information from within the bot and you needed to get it out from somewhere else. Now, when using the Gmail forward function, you'll get a pop-up, and this will be the master email and the master email password that you want this Gmail to be forwarded onto. So if my master Gmail was called ESnkrs raffles at gmail, ESnkrs raffles at gmails.com, and my password was ESnkrs123, I'd type that in. This is necessary because if on miniclark198 at gmail.com I want to start forwarding to ESnkrsraffles at gmail.com, Google send a code to the master email, and this code needs to be fetched from the master email and inputted in miniclark193 in order to confirm that I want to set up forwarding. Now the bot will do this all for you. Like I said, you just need to put in the information. Now, as you can see here, there is a little checkbox for using catch-all. A catch-all domain is the domain you've bought from a provider such as Namecheap, who can forward any email sent to that domain to a master Gmail. So if your domain is called ESnkrs.com, if I send an email to John at ESnkrs.com or James at ESnkrs.com, all of that will automatically get sent to ESnkrsraffles at gmail.com. So the usefulness of this feature means that the bot can just generate different prefixes to ESnkrs.com, so John, James, Billy, Jimmy, and have Mini Clark forward to them. But obviously all of those are being automatically forwarded to ESnkrsraffles at gmail.com, since that's how I've set my catch-all up. So in the eyes of Google, if I set up forwarding on all 18 of these Gmails using this catch-all feature, all of them are being forwarded to a unique email, essentially, in the eyes of Google anyway. So that can be very good to just prevent any accounts from being clipped and things like this. Now, with the features such as Gmail forwarding and Gmail filtering, both of them can be risky to run, purely because Google can find it suspicious if you don't have any activity in a long time and then you're suddenly wanting to forward every email you get to someone else. So that's why we recommend running the one-click generator before running filter and forwarding, in order to get some activity up there beforehand. So to use this feature, you'll obviously click it from the drop-down menu and then hit Start Selected. Now you have a bunch of different activities that the bot can run. If you check Watch YouTube, one of the activities the bot will do when it's generating activity is watching YouTube on that Gmail. The same applies to Google Images or Google Shopping. In the ESnkrs database, there's a bank of keywords that the bot will automatically search and surf the web for you. You can choose here how many seconds you'd like the bot to surf the web for each keyword. I would personally just leave it as the default, but if you wanted it less or more than that for whatever reason, you can definitely select it there. Okay, so when you browse the web, different cache information and data from different sites you visit are stored on your PC. Now, when you're just using Chrome normally by yourself on your own PC, this isn't a big issue and doesn't take up a lot of room at all. However, when you're logging into 100 or 200, maybe more, different Gmails, that's a lot of browser data which is stored on your PC and takes up a lot of disk drive. By using the Delete Browser Data When Done feature of ESnkrs, this browser data is deleted from each Gmail once it's finished generating activity. This frees up a lot of storage and can be good if you have a device that doesn't have much storage on it that you're running ESnkrs on. Okay, so just like the raffle tab and the proxy tab, when you click on a Gmail or a selection of Gmails and then right click, you get a drop-down menu of different options. So the top half of these options in the email tab are to copy information. So you might want to copy a Gmail name out, or you might want to copy as much information as the Gmail password, the recovery email, and the proxy. This is quite useful for if you run, like I did earlier with the data center proxy group, and the bot assigned some IPs to different Gmails for you. You can then copy all of this information, including the IP, out of the bot and store it somewhere else, just to ensure that when you import it, maybe on a different setup, like on your server or on your local, you're using the same IP that the bot assigned the Gmail previously. This kind of consistency is good for just generating trust with Google in general. Then the second half of the drop-down menus are different functionalities in terms of the UI. So just like before, we have the delete status option. Here we have the delete proxy option. So I can actually delete the proxy that I'd already assigned earlier using the bot. There's also the delete v3 score status section. You can delete the cookie session, which is effectively the bot remembering that you'd logged in before. So rather than just opening your browser and already being logged in, the way you might do on your home computer, the bot will have to type in your login details again and delete browser data. So if you maybe don't have it checked to do it automatically on the one-click section, then you might want to do it manually for a specific Gmail here. And obviously you can delete your entire Gmail from the UI, but this does not delete the browser data. So you have to make sure you run delete browser data first. And that's pretty much the ESnkrs email tab covered. I guess as you can tell from the length of this video, there's a lot more jam-packed into this tab compared to like your proxy tab, for example. So there was just a little bit more to cover. But hopefully this information is really useful and makes it clear for when you're running the bot.